This is a lava lamp. I quite like lava lamps. I think they're very 70s, very retro, very groovy, if you will, and you must. I've had this lava lamp for many, many years. However, I've turned it on probably like 3 times. Mostly because I'm afraid that if I turn it on, I will forget to turn it off, and that will cause big problems. So it just sits behind my curtain, gathering dust and looking like Powerade. I want to take something that is less groovy, less 70s, which is the outdoors, and I want to put it inside of here. That's right, I'm turning this into a terrarium. Now, as far as terrariums go, I have never made one. I don't know what all it entails. However, I do know that whatever I put inside is going to have to fit inside of this tiny hole, which means this is probably the worst possible container I could have picked for my first one. Another problem is that I share something in common with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is that we are both not botanists, so I don't know much about plants or terrariums or anything to do with what I'm about to do. One of the biggest obstacles facing me right now is that it's full of liquid.
That's an astute observation, Butterball.
The internet is unsurprisingly divided on the best way to dispose of the liquid inside of here. Some say you can't pour it down your drains, some say you can. I'm gonna err on the side of caution, and we're gonna put it in this guy instead. Then we'll take that to hazardous waste later. There you go, little milk bottle of Windex. Now I need to get the wax out, and there's probably a best way to do this. I'm gonna do it the other way, and try to use a bamboo skewer. I think if I just poke it a bunch, then it'll kind of come apart. Well, that's interesting. There seems to be some sort of metal ring, like metal spring kind of. I thought that would be like an indent from the glass on the bottom, but I think that's actually probably for the heating. Hope I can get that out. You know when you reach like the bottom of a slushie and you're just trying to poke your straw in to get the last little bit? You have to like pull the straw out and then poke it back in just to get the last little bit that won't seem to come up. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. Part of me is curious, what if I just put it back in the base and turned it on? Would it like melt the wax and I could just pour it out? I'm afraid to try it. But also it could work, and it saved me a lot of time, because this is not working very well. Oh snap, that's working! Huh. Honestly, I have no idea why I didn't think that would work. Now that I've got a jar full of wax, now I just need to get the wax that's left out of here. I figured a toothbrush would be a good option, but that only got me so far. Still a lot of grime in there, and this is not long enough to reach all the way inside. My dad had the idea to microwave it. I might try that. Yeah, don't try that. There must have been some sort of metal in that glass, because that did not sound good. Luckily the microwave still runs and I stopped it in time, but don't try that. Here's a much safer way to do that. Just put water in the lava lamp, put the lava lamp in some hot water, and boil that. And that'll work so much better. You can even use a hairdryer to help speed along the process. Most terrariums have a few basic steps. The first is the drainage layer, which can be done with just rocks. Then you need some sort of screen to prevent everything from falling down into the rocks. A common one is a window screen. Then a layer of charcoal helps keep everything healthy. Then your layer of substrate, which I'm using potting soil for. And then lastly, add your nature. Now I'm trying to spend as little money as possible, so I'm gonna go try to find some of this in the wild. At a creek nearby, I was able to find 2 different types of moss, as well as plenty of rocks. I can find those anywhere. And I unfortunately watched this one duck get bullied by 2 other ducks. Guess they didn't want to hang out. Overall, a pretty productive trip. This next clip I unfortunately recorded in slow-mo on accident, so the audio actually sounds like this. I got these 2 different types of mosses, and one of them I kind of like. It's kind of got that Highland rock type vibe, which I think is really cool. And then this other moss, I don't love it as much. It's pretty brown. I took a picture and I showed it to ChatGPT, and it said that it was not supposed to stay brown. It's supposed to turn green. Now, as much as I trust AI, I don't trust AI. So, we're gonna put these into this little container, give it a little bit of water, put this bad boy on it, and give it some light. And we're gonna see if the cooler temperatures in the water help it to get a little bit more green. In the meantime, we need to find some plants, and we need to get everything else ready. So after a quick trip to a nearby plant store, I headed back to go check on the moss. Well, the moss isn't where I really want it to be. I like this one a lot, but I think I want something taller. And I don't love the brown in this, and I don't think that brown is going away. So I bought this at a nearby plant store. I like that a lot more. It's called Baby's Tears. Sounds a little morbid, but I think it looks very pretty. The only problem is it's very, very tall. And then this, which I don't remember what it's called. I think that growing up in the middle might be too tall. Might have to trim it a little. Got our rocks, got our charcoal, got our soil. Should be good to go. The fan in this clip is absolutely insufferable, so we're back to voiceover Brayden. First, we drop in the rocks, and clearly by the look on my face, I was afraid I was chipping the glass, so I tried tilting the glass so it wasn't so much of a drop. I tried using the funnel, but that did not work. My goal was to fill it to the point where it wouldn't be seen in the base.
Nailed it.
Then I put in the screen, which I just cut out of a roll of tulle. Not sure how long this will hold up, but I certainly was not about to buy a whole roll of window screen just for 7 square inches. But the tulle and my tulle must have liked each other, because like the gross couple in the high school hallway, they wouldn't stop touching each other. Eventually, I got it down, for the most part. I figured putting charcoal on would help flatten it, so I jumped straight to that, and luckily that seemed to work great. Oh, fan turned off. Okay, let's take a break from the voiceover for a quick PSA. Apparently if you're going to use charcoal for a terrarium like this, activated charcoal is the way to go. Regular charcoal is okay. Don't use briquettes, apparently. Briquettes have some sort of binding agents in them that are very harmful to the plants, but I guess they're good enough for us to grill and eat meat with, so... The next step for us is going to be our substrate. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this, and different people will tell you different things, but the lady at the plant store told me this potting soil should work just fine, so I'm counting on you, Karen. Aw, you missed voiceover, Braden, didn't you? I always had a face for radio. I put a funnel to scoop in the soil, but the funnel continued to disappoint me. Eventually I was able to poke enough in.
Okay, I have an idea to help pat this down. I'm going to wrap my little picking tool with a paper towel, and I'm hoping that will allow me to then poke down with a little bit more force than just one toothpaste's worth. Okay, that worked better than I expected, but only because I didn't expect it to work at all. It's not a great slope, but that is a slope. Now, we have the difficult task of figuring out how to put this in there. Okay, I got a lot of the soil off the bottom, which I'm really hoping does not mean that I just killed the plant. So I think the plan is to try to take this and figure out how to identify off little sections that I can put in one at a time, which is difficult because they all seem very tangled together. And I'm hoping that plants, I think they're pretty resilient, so I'm hoping that if I do accidentally tear some roots here.
Yeah, I'm kind of banking on that because I pretty much just tore this thing apart.
Slowly, carefully, maybe. Okay, and now that it's in there, I'm hoping I can take this thing and kind of poke and prod to get it to inlay with the rest of the soil. That is definitely in there. It's very dirty on the side because of all the dirt, but I think that should wash off just fine. But I think that's decent progress. So now I just have to do that a few more times. It's always kind of hard to want to try new things. Like I've never done anything like this before. I barely know a thing about plants. But there's something about trying something new that just takes a lot of the pressure off. So when you've done something before and you're good at it, then when you try it again, you kind of feel like you have to be good at it again. Because you were good at it before. When you're trying something new, there's really no pressure. If you get it wrong, you already expected to get it wrong. You've never done this before. And I kind of like that about trying new things. That is actually looking very, very cool right now. It even has the slope that I wanted, so now we gotta fit that guy in there. Ooh. It's got a lot of roots in there. That kind of is worrisome. Oh, hold up. Look at those roots. What? Look at those roots. They're like yams. This is not what I saw coming. I think I have isolated a little tree enough, but I'm worried if those roots are actually going to fit inside of the bottle cap. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're thinning the herd. Are those roots? Is this a plant? Are these vegetables? Okay, I actually got in there. So now comes the point of getting that under dirt. When I got this plant, I told Karen at the plant store, I said, I'm putting a terrarium inside a lava lamp. And she said, oh, okay, this is what you need. This is the guy. This is the one that'll make it all happen. I don't know if she knew about the roots there, but I believe in Karen, so I think we can make this work. Just have to do a little bit of finagling. I don't know much about plants, but I think roots like to be under dirt. And so I think I'm gonna put just a little bit more soil on top and cover those roots. In fact, I might not even use the funnel, I might just do it by hand so I can just sprinkle in just a tiny little bit.
Yeah, so don't do what I do. Kind of got dirt everywhere, and then I tried to use water to clear off the dirt from the sides, and then I think that led me to then probably oversaturate the terrarium. So, learn from me. Don't follow me.
We're making a comeback with the bamboo skewer, hoping with something like this, I can clean off the edges a little bit better. Oh, and it immediately falls off. That's a good sign. It's got a little bit. Do that a few more times and we might be good. Well, all things considered, I thought that would turn out way worse. I'm a little worried that I overwatered it. I know that's really bad for terrariums. I think that pouring the soil on, I don't know if that was the play. I don't know if you can see, but it left quite a few soil deposits in the little crevices of the tree. I'm hoping that when it dries, that'll kind of go away. But overall, I love how this turned out. Let's see what it looks like with the casing. Actually, wait, before we see it with the whole thing, I forgot that we need to cover the closed terrarium. I'm just going to use saran wrap, and since it's going to be covered, it really doesn't matter if it's pretty. It just matters if it's covered. I forgot bugs. The bugs that we're looking for are called springtails, and they can commonly be found by like rotting wood, leaf litter, and standing water. And so there's a pond by a park nearby that I'm hoping will have what I'm looking for. So we're going to rush over there as fast as we can. Can you spot the springtails? Neither can I don't think there's any here. I think it'll be okay for the night. I don't think they need the springtails immediately. So we should be able to get those another time and still be okay. But we're gonna have to move on without them. Is it perfect? The answer, obviously no. But that's okay, neither am I. What I do have is a terrarium, when I did not have one before. Is it perfect? Is it beautiful? That's up to you. You may not like it. I do like it, so that's what matters to me. And if you don't like it, if you think you can do better, you're probably right, and you should try that, because it was very fun to make. So I would highly recommend the experience to anyone. If you do make one, make a video, because I'd love to see that. This style of terrarium is very fascinating to me. Being able to take a lava lamp, which is so iconic in the way that it looks, and just completely reimagining it into something else. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I don't know if it's gonna last. This is my first terrarium. If it dies, that'll be sad, but that will be kind of expected, I think. But you never know. I mean, I followed the instructions as best as I could. I don't know if all of those roots are actually inside of dirt. I'm hoping that if they're not, then they'll find their way there. Maybe I'll post some shorts in a couple months with the progress of this thing, see how it's doing over time. Definitely some improvements for next time, and I would love to do one in the future. So if you'd like to see that, let me know, and I can make another video of that. The idea involves a gumball machine, so I think it could turn out really cool. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video and watched this far, if you liked it, leave a like. But yeah, we'll end this with some glamour shots and then call it a night.